Okay. Um, so welcome back. I will so today we're going to finish up our little implementation of the scanner. And uh, assuming we finish, we will start reading chapter 5, which is about the parser. I will lead this session, but then I'm going on vacation, so I will have to cancel the next one and resume the 2 weeks after that. So last time we had sort of agreed on a format for how we were going to incorporate these other types of tokens in. So we have this token type. We're going to look at however many characters we need to. Live share for sure. There we go. So we look at one character of the unparsed part of the source code. If it's one of these special cases, then we are finished parsing or finished scanning the next token because it's only a one character token. And so we add it and return. Otherwise, we keep going, and we need to look at the next character after that. And then there is an additional set of cases for links to tokens. And so now we're just going to keep going. There's a few more sections in the book with different links of tokens and different other specialized logic of how you need to parse them. So we'll just go ahead and add them in. So I guess let me find where we were at the end of the links to tokens. So this is the translation of this part. So in case it's one of these, we need to look at the next token. In this case, it's the same logic every time. It's either the token on its own or the token followed by an equal sign for like the comparison operators. So we just do one condition here. We look at the next character, see if it's an equals, and then all of these use that same condition. All right.
And in all of these cases, we're just peeking ahead. We're looking at the other character without actually consuming it, or we're deciding how much to have consumed at the end.
Yeah. So right. He's sort of trying to incorporate consuming and reading the characters as tightly as possible for some reason.
Right.
We sort of read a character and then decide, and then the consuming happens here.
Got it.
Once we've decided upon the entire token. That's what I'm thinking.
I think we need to fix the consumment for the second block where we deal with pairs of characters.
Fix what?
Fix the consumment for the second part. For example, if you scroll up.
Oh, it's not always 2.
Yeah, it's not always 2.
You are right. Okay.
We can add
you could consume one of the characters at 91.
Yeah.
And then just optionally consume a second one down where you had it.
That's
I know. We need to base it off the condition.
Option 2, instead of returning just token type, you return token type and by how much you want to advance, either 1 or 2.
Like here?
So that's going to be...
I think it's...
key to consume.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
That's going to be 2. That's going to be 1. Close, but not quite. It needs to be inside the parens. Yep.
That's not gonna be the right place. Okay, that works.
You have variable L for this purpose, I think.
Yes. Okay. What's wrong here?
Ooh, we cannot do that. We have to do it later. The C is option. C is not a tuple. So we have to check, move this splitting from line 92 to line 1 to 3.
Okay.
So I didn't understand. I mean, I saw what the error is about the mismatched types, but I didn't quite understand what the problem.
So variable that used to be called T is option. You cannot pattern match it right away. I thought we had question mark somewhere around, but we don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're returning here. Okay, this is just tangent into options, but we made it be an option of this tuple type now, and we were trying to do let T and then to consume here, and that would be already destructuring it into the tuple before we've unwrapped it out of the option. So
Oh, okay.
here is the still wrapped option, and then we're unwrapping it here.
So
Okay.
that would have worked if you weren't using sum, the
Yeah,
way you had it before.
Yeah.
But you want to use sum.
we want to use some because of this like case where it's none of these,
Right.
and we want to keep going. Yeah. So good catch. Let's do the next thing. So longer lexemes. What's the first longer lexeme?
So wait, are you still doing self.next on parse plus equals 1, or are you saying plus equals to consume?
Plus equals to consume effectively. This is L.
Oh, that's not a 1. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's a bad font. The bad variable name.
Let's make it what it really is. Token length. And we don't really need this separate variable. We can just use token length here. That's cleaner, I feel like.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. The next thing to do is slash with detecting comments and ignoring comments if it's present. So now
we can probably put it inside those single or double. We just if we detect 2 slashes, we search for the new line symbol and return that length.
so we're okay with doing some sort of like in imperative stuff inside one of these blocks, not just strictly returning a value.
I think it's going to be fine because this following block is more or less the same. Either way.
Did he have to do something special here? I think there was something special he had to do for string literals, but not this.
Maybe not. Maybe we cannot return a token when it's a comment. We have to ignore it.
I mean, you can certainly
let's keep it separately.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do a maybe maybe slash or maybe just nothing here. So let e equals match C again. If it's a slash, then then I already had a name for the one after C
Okay.
that's there. So if after C is also a slash, then do the comment thing. Else, and return none. Otherwise, we'll return sum of token type slash. And we can follow the same pattern maybe where we encode the length here. All right, and exhaustive pattern, we have to cover all the cases. None. Okay, so while
I think you want string split once.
yeah, and it's unparsed dot split once. Do you guys see your faces over here, or is that
No.
okay? Cool. They're blocking my view, so I'm moving them. All right, unparsed dot split once takes a delimiter \n dot. What do we get out of this? A
Option and a tuple. So first string is this line, second string is the rest.
okay, so
Yeah, but you
before
don't want the rest, you want the number of characters to the rest.
well, yeah, we'll get
Absolutely. We check if it's sum, then take length from the first item.
yeah.
You need one more set of parents. You advance by comment dot length.
Yeah. So this is the only way. This is the only thing we need to modify to advance it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And just
Okay.
like the original author, you're not actually going to emit any tokens.
Yeah, because it's a comment.
You're just
Don't wanna do-
right. You're just consuming it and then emitting nothing.
Do we need to do anything with rest? No.
Just put underscore before it.
Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, a slash. And then we have to like, and then we follow the same pattern we used for the single token.
So, silly question. If it's the last line of the file without a new line, oh, I guess the split once would return. So if there's a comment on the very end and there was no new line at the end of the file.
That's a good point. Yeah, so if that is a good point. So if there's a new, if this is none,
You just advance by unparsed.
we just, yeah. How do we know? We just want to go to the end, right?
Equals unparsed dot length.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
Now, is there any reason where you're doing len here and not len UTF-8?
We dealing with bytes, I believe, not with.
We tried UTF-8 for the single character token, but I guess we know all these are all a byte. so it doesn't matter.
That was different. Length UTF-8 is C is a character. So we trying to get how many bytes is this character is, so we can slice it.
Mhm.
But when we deal with strings, we have length in bytes directly.
Okay, so ultimately we want to convert to bytes. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good. Um,
And we
Say.
need
a file with and we need to do the same thing that we did here.
I guess so. Should
Um,
we try to run it, see if it does something?
Sure. It's not going to know what string literals are, but what can we do?
Let's skip the string literals for now. Okay, that looks about right.
I don't think we know what identifiers are either.
Yeah. Let's just a comment, a single, and a double character, like Sam's. That's about it.
Okay. Let's see. All right. I don't know if we actually have it printed. Okay. Where did I put this file? In tests. Okay, so it's printing out the source. Let's see if we can get it to print out. So run, what does run do again?
We can make it into regular test.
Figure out what the debug thing is. Sure.
Let's see if it explodes on that.
Okay. Yes.
Target test.
I had like some macro for it. Okay, I'll just do it.
Seems to do something. Yep. So we need to deal with spaces next.
Let's see. What was, oh yeah, white space. Okay. So why don't I add that at the beginning? Is it important that this happens before any of the other blocks? The ignoring white space?
I'm not sure.
I think we at least need to, if it's a comment, don't we need to advance the line number? What's his advance thing? Hmm. Okay. Where does he do that?
You mean the line number that we're keeping track of to help the user of the logs?
Yeah, this one. So normally in the white space, when we're lexing white space, we'll say if it's a new line, then we add one to the line number. But we consumed a new line. Maybe
the
we don't
comment, you
consume
mean?
the new line.
Right, maybe it
Leaves
goes
everything up until the
just-
new line.
just up until the new line and then lets the other logic consume
Yeah.
the new line and advance.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me make sure split once. Split once gets everything up to the new line. It doesn't include the new line. Because yeah. So we should be good there. Okay. Yeah, that seems like I should go up here. So what's his list? Space. None.
You can do something like this instead. Space,
Oh, mhm.
new line, whatever else is there.
Maybe I can just add it as a case here. Because it'll.
I don't think you can.
Because you're not emitting anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
not-
we already
you're not
have the
emitting.
ability to. Oh,
Once
true,
you-
true. We need to skip it.
Once you skip the first character, which is space, you have to scan the next one to see if it's also space. So it needs to be looped.
No, not really. If you do one space, then you can just
Yeah.
emit nothing and advance by only one. It's inefficient. And
If you return none, this is a signal to the iterator that there is no more data left.
Okay.
No, it
That's-
should go at the beginning, I think. So
Yeah, right here.
I'll
Oh, yeah, but you're making like another loop in here. So hold on, where is he putting it? He's putting it in his massive switch statement.
right.
So
He's just
but,
handling one character of white space in the same way as one character of anything else.
yeah,
And the only difference is one character that's a new line. That's the only one that's special.
mhm.
So I had a question about how we do the comment thing.
Yeah.
Because I think something like that happens with the comment as well. Like should you return something there, but you can't really. There's no token to return at that point.
yeah, we'll have to do something here as well.
Okay. That is a good point. All right.
I wonder, do we have to put this loop around everything?
So I kind of think this function could be something other than the iterator next, and then the iterator next would kind of call this function in a loop or something.
I usually do it like that. That and that.
So loop until you get some.
Yes.
Right? Some token.
And if I don't have, I need to return none.
Okay.
So that's
interesting.
going to be if self source name equals self next and text And now I can advance one character at a time.
Okay. So what's the plan here then?
You can drop it.
So we have a loop around everything. And
Yep.
and we're going to take characters until there is something to omit.
Okay. So I think we need to.
Yeah, continue around the big loop.
That, and we don't need this in this case.
Yeah. Okay.
Should do the take. Let's see if our test works.
Okay, sure. I don't expect to have thought about everything. How did we get return none? Did you want to return none? Yeah, you do. Okay. That doesn't mean anything. So loop return none, but otherwise we need to actually return some on the
we
entire
have those,
loop.
we have those returned somewhere.
What about this? So this is, so if we have a comment, this is another case where we want to skip and then keep going around the loop. So is this another continue?
Yeah, more or less it goes to the line 61 or to let else. You don't have. Yeah, I guess that also works. Something
That's
doesn't
infinite.
work.
We don't, because if we don't match any of these,
Let's
why isn't it printing out any of them? It's because you did like a collect,
because
right?
yes.
I want it.
Plus, by default, tests are capturing the
Yeah,
output. You have to run with no capture.
yeah. Okay, so what's wrong? There's, let's see.
Like so. This way it will fail for something it cannot recognize.
Right.
Nope. We forgot to advance inside here. So next, one and same here.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
Token less, no comments. Yep, that seems about.
It doesn't know what this is.
Doesn't know what this is.
You put two
Ah.
less thans. So wait,
Yeah.
what should it produce two less than tokens in a row? I think so at this stage.
That's what I did. Less and less.
Okay, greater, less, less. And then nothing else. Cool.
And a
Slash.
slash.
Okay. Here, let me see if line goes.
Plus.
Yeah, line 1. Cool. All right. Can I, how do I sort of like capture the output of that for this test?
You don't. You can do something like if you want to test everything, you just copy paste the output, assign it to an array, and assert equality.
Is this a,
It should be valid Rust.
okay. It's got, I guess Lexium's a string, so double quote is fine.
Yeah, it's going to complain on the tag, but we can use it.
All right. What's wrong with that?
We can do that and use tag. The
What does that mean?
token tag. Oops.
All right. Okay. So scoping
Yep.
and then
it
this
still not
is, it also needs token, right?
Tokens should be here. I'm doing it mostly to allow use things like greater, less without
Mhm.
scope.
Oh, okay. These enum variants. So it knows token because it's in the same module. All right. So what is the actual error?
We don't have, we need to derive equality
Okay.
for token
Sure.
and token type. EQ and partial EQ. This is to deal with floating point number shenanigans.
Mhm.
We cannot derive equality, so just partial equality then.
Is that enough for this
Yes.
test? Are we trying to, okay. So how is it different?
I have to do at the end. Just get rid of that. Try to
Oh.
run it one more time.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And we have test, and the test is passing.
Okay. Very cool. This is an interesting, so this is like a standard technique for writing iterators. If you need to sometimes skip.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it a standard because
Okay. Now let's see. The next thing we needed to do. So
what is he doing in the book?
I kind of wanted to test it on a file. So there's white space. String literals. Okay, let's do this actually. Okay. It's a bunch of tokens. Okay, so he has this like pop out and do it and consume a string function. Let's see. I feel like this is probably going to take the rest of the time. So if C equals double quote, we'll do a thing. String literal.
It's again split once on quote. You don't have to do any picking, and then you count how many new lines you have in there and do that.
Yeah, so unterminated string is if we get what, a none?
If you get a none, yes.
You get all the way to the end of the code.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
But-
we're trying to do it with a similar call to split once
Right.
instead of a loop like he's doing. Yeah.
But they already said that blocks allows you to start a string and have multiple lines and unquote it. Like multi-line strings are simply the same as strings.
Yes,
Yeah.
split ones will support that just fine.
Yeah.
Since there is no magical quoting for strings, that's easier to implement.
Unparsed dot split once. Unquote. Then we advance line for is there any way to there's no way to have like it's not important that the characters in the string have like the intermediate values of line, right? Because he
Come on.
because we're gonna if we just count up all the new lines, then it'll
Yeah.
sort of in one big
It-
chunk
it-
update.
It should work just fine.
So count new lines.
Something like it works. Ah. I would use filter equals to the quote. Yeah, new line and count.
I know it's going to be count, but it's something's wrong here.
Yeah, you have extra equals and greater at the beginning of your yes.
JavaScript brain, that's what that is. That's me writing JavaScript and using arrow syntax.
And
Okay.
that'll work correctly even if there are 0 of them. It will correctly return an empty array and get a length of 0.
It will not return an array. It produces an iterator, and iterator consumes count without any allocation.
Yeah, iterators are like lazy arrays. Right. So chars is an iterator. Filter is a method that
if there are no new lines in there, it's not going to just fail. It's going to return 0 properly.
Yes, an empty iterator. Yeah. Okay. So line plus equals num new lines. I can just and then what else do we need to do? We have to
generate token for the string literal and use literal as a token value.
Right.
Return some token.
I guess token type is string literal.
Token type, we called it string of literal.
Yes, and that's why you have the lifetime.
Yeah.
It's also literal.
Yeah, you're right. And line is the new line or the old line? It is whatever he did here. add token, string, value. Maybe add token incorporates whatever the current value of line is. Token type. Add token. Yeah, just whatever line is right now. So, yeah. Okay.
Do we store this line?
Should it be the starting line or the ending line? Guessing the starting line should be what it is.
Well, if we want to be compatible with what he does, I think it's the ending line
Okay,
because
sure.
because he counts line, he does line plus plus here, and then add token after all of that.
What is line? Should it be self line?
Yes, it should.
And then you need to actually construct the characters between the two quote marks, but not including either quote mark.
I think
The split ones does that.
We'll have more or less that. Maybe we'll have to advance it by one to strip the beginning. Let's make a small test that contains just a string literal for that.
And then the else of the if you matched, the else is you never quite matched it, and that has to be the unterminated string literal.
Yep.
Yeah, after that brace there.
Yeah. Else.
No panic for now.
Unterminated string. Anything else we can do here? He just
Unterminated
doesn't.
string starting at line.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to work. It's not Python.
Yeah, I'm just used to it. Okay. No.
Let's make a small test just for string literals.
Sure.
I just copy whatever we have. Yep. Shorter would be better, I think. Okay, looks good. Let's see.
And do you want a couple of non-string characters like just before it and just after, so you can tell that it's right?
Sure.
That looks good.
This will fail. We'll just print it out.
If you run it, it will print. You use assert equality, so it will print right value and left value.
Okay.
Don't you have a shortcut to run the test directly from the Visual Studio?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, it's not working.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just print out what we're getting?
Oh, I don't think you ever plus next unparsed plus equals the whole.
Yeah, we need to advance. Good point.
Literal doubling.
Yep.
Oh, except now you didn't actually store it in a variable.
Hmm?
You were before storing it in a variable, right? Oh, no. Okay. Right.
We don't really need to.
And parsed is a helper variable.
No.
Nope. Okay, let's go to the beginning of the loop. Try to print the whole iterator.
Where?
Print at the very beginning. Print self. Yeah, here. Debug. No. It's. I mean, we don't have it.
Can I just print unparsed?
This, and we need to derive debug.
That.
Yep. And you need to run it with no capture parameter.
Is
So
that
go back to cargo test, space, no capture.
like this?
You need to, yes, you need to dash space, no capture. Oh. Is it one word?
Why do you need that? No
Because
capture.
the cargo test usually like suppresses the print output.
Oh, okay.
Why? We want print.
Okay.
Print. Let's try again.
I kind of want it to only print a little bit of stuff. That'd be cool. All right, go up to the beginning.
But it still looks like it's in an infinite loop.
It is.
Yes.
So I want to print line so that we can. Yeah. Did you do print line?
Yes.
Thanks.
That and redirect to less. Okay, next unparsed is 3.
Yeah. Okay. So
I see, we need to 3, 28.
how's it going back and forth?
I don't know.
Okay, some of the output is from the first test case and some of it is from the second because it's running them in parallel.
I see, you can pass the test name as a parameter to run just that.
Yeah. Okay. Where does that go?
It goes after test, but before dash dash.
Just so like the name.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll do it again, new window.
So it tries to parse string literal, I believe.
Next unparsed 3. 0, 1, 2,
And
3.
yeah, that's
Maybe it
all.
does it not know what this means?
Is
It
it
should,
actually a backslash quote,
No.
or is it a quote and then it's just dumping it out to us as a backslash quote?
yes, it's dumping
Yeah.
it to us because we use debug.
So that it is a quote mark.
Okay, let's go at
So whatever we're doing, it's not continuing.
let's print what it found literal and rest.
Okay.
I think it's splitting at the first quote and not at the last quote.
Could be.
Oh, we also need to. Yeah.
Yes.
So so unparsed at 1 onwards, right?
Yeah, that.
And then
we'll have to
plus
advance
1.
by 1 somewhere. Yes. Good
So
catch.
you skip the first quote, go until the next quote, and then add the length of the literal plus the first quote.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Now what? Because we didn't, it's not inserting the wrong thing, right? I hope.
No,
Yes.
it's because
No.
the small sample string that you provided actually doesn't. Oh,
It's
No.
because, well, we're asking it to compare with the result of the other test. We didn't
Yeah, but
copy in like the correct result yet, but I was hoping it would print out the wrong result.
I think we need to advance it by one somewhere.
It shouldn't be correct yet. What's going on? Oh, is it the panic on terminated string? Okay.
It finds it,
Interesting.
but
Yeah, let's go ahead and see.
it's still some magical number.
So there is stuff after here. Yeah, there's stuff after there, so it shouldn't.
I tried to replace +1 with the one you have with +2.
For both of the quotes?
Yes.
Okay, because consuming, oh yeah, it consumes the second quote and then the rest of the
Yeah.
file. Yeah. That is confusing. All right. Now it's the failing for the right reason, I hope. Yeah, left and right.
Yes. Not a line string later on. Exactly as expected.
Okay. Go ahead and do that. And we're good. Wait. No, we're not good. All right.
Try running it again.
I put it in the wrong test.
Oh, you brought both of them now.
There we go. Now we're good. Okay. Cool.
nicely
That
done.
did in fact take the rest of the time. Yeah. I suppose we'll wrap it up there. As always, code takes longer than expected.
It was cool making progress.
Yeah.
I'm just super impressed with the ease with which you can make tests if you're diligent about it, and the ease with which you can run just one of the tests, and especially not being a Rust programmer. I'm especially impressed with how quickly the development environment, the IDE, shows you the errors and shows you what the definition of that thing, struct or whatever is when you just hover over things. Updated by every character. Every time you type anything, it underlines something, and if you hover over it, it shows you immediately the other thing. I mean,
Rust Analyzer.
Rust
like
Analyzer
that's
is
a community,
very impressive.
community effort.
Well,
Right,
okay, I don't program with anything that's anywhere close to as good as that.
It's for working on like serious code. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.